All right, I'm going to have a go at the Guardian's Cryptic Crossword for Friday, the 14th of November, set by Paul. So we can expect a battle of wits, or a battle of a wit and a half, maybe. Anyway, first let's have our cryptic clue of the day. Yesterday, almost throwing up around top politician, hollow orange thing. Well, that was a cheeky definition, very vague. The answer was pumpkin. It is the word puking minus the G, so almost throwing up. Top politician MP, and that gives you a pumpkin. Well done to Troublesome Birdsong and everyone else who got that one. Today, generous outfit seizes Republican share of group on the wing, 11 letters. Generous outfit seizes Republican share of group on the wing, 11 letters. Second is U, last is N. All right, let's see what Paul has for us. World of possibility unknown in nurse short of capital. The only thing that I immediately think is unknown is X, Y, or Z. Nurse could be RN. I do like it being a capital city, 6 letters. Oh, yeah, so maybe... Oh, but I don't... Oh, nurse could also be tend, and short might be like my almost throwing up, so TEN, and you put XYZ in that. What's world of possibility? Oh, that part is throwing me. All right, let's try the downs. It's done now, having been worked out. Oh, it's done now. I immediately think of our Lord on the cross, and what did he say in, I don't know, there may be some Latin version or Greek, it's done now. Didn't he say that? Having been worked out. Worked out sounds like an anagram. It's done now, like all gone. No. Ooh, another capital. Is it a theme? I don't think so. Asian capital. Someone discussed. It sounds like a homophone of a word for someone. And it's going to be an Asian capital, 5 letters. I don't think it's Tokyo. No, not seeing it. Dead nice, oddly, poking something akin to a dead parrot. All right, nice Monty Python reference. Oddly sounds like we take the odd letters of dead nice, DANC, and that's poking something. It might be one of the words they use in that sketch, a dead parrot, expired, extinct, DANC. Yeah, don't think of something from that skit. Sent up, quote on Sporting Union, leaked. All right, for a down clue, sent up sounds like a reversal. Is that the word sent, though, or the rest of the wordplay? Quote on Sporting Union. Union itself can be U, but Sporting Union might be RU, Rugby Union. And then is the definition leaked? No, how about fed narcotics originally? Rum, I claimed, having similar effect. Ooh, rum meaning odd could be an anagram indicator of I claimed. which is 8 letters. And we're going to feed that the original first letter of narcotics, an N. And having a similar effect. I think medicinal. Do we have 2 eyes? We do. Yeah, I think that's right. All right, 1 down. Case against thug in fancy dress. Yeah, don't get that. All right, let's try this 4 across now with the M. Spice Girl on the ball. Oh, I think it may be a spice. Oh, with that M there. Not great on spices. And then a girl on the ball. I think might be an O somewhere at the beginning or the end. I mean, Spice Girl could be Emma. Do any of the others have an M in their names? I don't think so, but I think that's, yeah, girl is not capitalized. What is that? So it might begin with O. Can I think of a spice that looks like that? R, O at the end. I think though on the ball suggests that comes first. Not seeing it. Australians arrested on backing loser. That's a nice clue. Yeah, so on backing definitely sounds like reversed. And it's going to mean loser, I think. Now, arrested could mean shortened, so a 5-letter word for Australian. Oh, koala, no. And then on backing, you then reverse the shortened version. No, trouble entering bids, those finally going in. Trouble entering sounds like wordplay. Ooh, and those finally might be an E. So I think going in might be the definition. Going in. Something middle. All right. So if a word for trouble does go inside bids, we might have an S there. Yeah, not seeing it. Puka chowing down in the audience. Puka is like a spirit, right? A poltergeist kind of thing. Chowing, why is that? Oh, I think it's just a homophone in the audience. So we have some similar verb for chowing down, but drop the G. So wolfen is there a thing called a wolfen? What else would be chowing down? Just eaten? No. Fool in cult are out. Well, out is probably the simplest. Out and off, simplest anagram indicators. So I think it is going to be an anagram of in cult are. And it's going to mean fool as a verb or a noun. All right, let's try the anagram helper and hope it actually helps. Fool. Something clot. Would it be a fool as in a dessert? I am. I'm not seeing anything yet. How about you? Yeah, not seeing it yet. I think I need another letter. Voguish, cooler hat for a baby. Oh, well, we often see popular or hip or something to give us the word in. I think voguish might be a nice alternative. So it might be in plus a word for cooler. Oh, but maybe hat is part of the charade. And think of something like infant. No, not seeing it. Oh dear. Empire Builder, where 2 is, with 25 at the 25, say. Oh my goodness. So I don't have, of course, either one of those. But it might be an empire builder in the country of the capital in 2. Excuse me. And I think that might be a straight definition. We just have to know an emperor. Well, I'm thinking of Chinese ones, but something N though. Yeah, I was thinking of Ming with 25. All right, we'll have to wait and see 25, I think. Oh yeah, we looked at that one already. All right, couple on trail of solitary tree, perennial also, able to survive wintry conditions. Couple on trail sounds like wordplay. Solitary tree, I immediately think of on the trail of the lonesome pine. Oh, that is exactly it. Yes. What year was that a big hit again? I think in the 70s. And I think it went to #1 because I seem to remember seeing it every week on Top of the Pops for a while. Laurel and Hardy. So I think that is the definition. Oh, good Lord. There we go. And let's get rid of these letters. All right, sorry about this. Perennial, I think, is laurel, must be a perennial. Also, I think is and able to survive wintry conditions, of course, a hardy annual. All right, let's go back to the downs now. Spat with in-laws to put right, daybreaking, what then? All right, I think what then is the definition, some phrase, something as, something and, something at. Oh, could to put right. Yeah, I'm thinking that might be an anagram indicator of spat, in-laws. How many letters? That's 10. And we need 13. I was going to say day might be just D. Maybe it is all of DAY, and that is breaking in to the anagram of spat in-laws. Maybe TO is part of the anagram fodder. But what then? Looking at the letters of spat in-laws with a D. No, not seeing it. All right, quite slow. though not cricket. Uh, though not cricket. Well, if it's not cricket, it's not fair. Um, yeah, but what is quite slow? A snail's pace, no, drive a coach that's emptied, then leaves. That's emptied might simply be double T. And then a word for leaves. Maybe drive is the definition. A coach could be a bus, or, yeah, not seeing it. Public school, short of an emergency room for Eurasian native. Oh, whenever we see these natives, I've now learned finally to think about animals. So I think it might be something like a red hair. I do like red something. What's the public school? I think we have to think of a public school, and it's going to be short of ANER, maybe, an emergency room. Harrow, Eton, of course. What are the other big public schools? Eurasian. No. Let's try describe vermin in trap having lifted lid. I'm thinking describe is the definition, although that can also be a word placement thing. One word goes around another, it describes it. But I think we're going to put a vermin, rat is probably the shortest, in a trap. Oh, could be a net, having lifted lid. Oh, well, I was just thinking of a word for describe might be narrate. Oh, that's too, oh yeah, there we go, which has our rat. Trap is a snare, but we take off the S. All right, let's finish the downs. Sweet VIPs on the rise. I think it's going to be a sweet or a dessert. And we have to put some word for VIPs rising up, reversed. A-list? No. Top something. No, not seeing it. All right, reversing, run free over old, unpaved track. Reversing definitely sounds like a command to reverse a word for run free, and that is going to go over O for old. And then I think it's going to be an unpaved track. Oh, something like a dirt road. Let me put in dirt road and see. Ah, oh, that's very clever. Run free reads so naturally. I was thinking of a word like escape, but they're separate. To run is to dart, and to free, for example, the Pied Piper freed Hamlin of their rats. He rid them of the rats, and that gives us our dirt road. Oh, thank goodness. Prompt review of other banking times. Is it going to mean prompt? That That H and the R are very unusual. I was hoping it would be a desert of some kind. Uh, Prompt, or could it be other banking, or just times? Oh, times could be eras. Oh, banking, I think, might be a word placement. Yeah, that a word for other is going to bank or go around times. Oh, and times can be by multiplication, which could be an X. Oh, I'm wondering about exhort. You can not really prompt, but encourage someone. Oh, it's a review. I don't think I've seen this before. It means to anagram, to review, see it in another light. And so we anagram other around X for times. All right, pop star sees passionate violin player in decline. Well, he's a viola player, not violin, but I saw Charlie XCX has a new song out with John Cale. So I didn't have that on my bingo card, as they say. All right, I think at 5-5, it is going to be a pop star. Do I know any pop stars? 5-5. Of course, it could be one from my era, but it could be current. So passionate. Violin player. Fiddler in decline. No, don't see that. How about lift up buttocks? All right, double definition, rear. Good day, man, for outdoor pursuit. I think it will be an outdoor pursuit. Hiking. Oh, man, of course. Yes, that's exactly it. Good day, a greeting, could be hi, and a man, as in a chess piece, could be a king. All right, not all there. Unlikely granny will return diamond. Oh, that Y is very nice with the E. Not all there. That must be the definition, surely. Granny will return. That could be Nan, but if it returns, it goes backwards, it's exactly the same. Not all there. No, I like that one, but I don't get it. Oh, so this is, if exhort is right, it's not a red. Oh, could it be ryegrass? Rue, Eurasian. Maybe it is somebody from somewhere in Eurasia. Let me pause and think about what letter is going to go between the R and the E. I can only really think of rye, and so some kind of rye thing. But I did look at my not all there unlikely granny, and I realized those words are very unusual. Unlikely granny will return, and reading backwards, so not all of it, unlikely granny contains argyle. I know it as a pattern on socks mainly, and of course it does have a diamond pattern. All right, ooh, I'm beginning to think of red deer, and so maybe it's not exhort. I'm going to leave it in for now, but yeah, not too sure about that one. All right, I've looked at everything once, right? So let's try, I have this nice H finish. Drive a coach, that's emptied, then leaves. Oh, maybe the coach is the thing that's being emptied. Ah, I'm thinking leaves might be spinach. And so drive is spin, I suppose. Oh yeah, go for a drive, go for a spin, definitely. A is A, and then the coach is emptied out. All right. Here's my case against thug. Oh, it must be a something suit, I think, for fancy dress. It's not actually a costume, just something a little bit fancy. Ah, the case could be the suit. And that goes against. Anyway, what type of suit is it going to be if that is right? Not business. It might mean thug. Yeah, not saying that one. Ooh, how about my spat? Yeah, so I think it's what then? So it's not going to be an if the D is right. Oh yeah, I'm sure the D. So what then? Something as if you had a spat, what you might have with day breaking is pistols, I think. Pistols at dawn. Ah, right. So I think it is an anagram of spat, in-laws, and I think two, and then D for day is breaking. We do have day breaking on the surface, which might seem like dawn, but I think that's just part of this very clever clue. All right, does that W now help me? Pop star sees passionate violin player in decline. Well, maybe it is a phrase that means in decline, but that might also be a positioning. The passionate, passionate, is there a famous passionate violin player? Paganini, I suppose. Um, Nigel, what's his name? Who tried to go by just his last name, which now I can't remember, but in decline. Yeah, maybe it's something goes inside a word for decline. Pop star David. David Bowie, of course. I hope it is Bowie. How can I make this work? Oh, avid is passionate. Oh, a violin player is the bow. Oh, that's great. And it goes inside die for decline. Yeah, one of these days I must go back and listen to Black Star. I think I just associated so much with Bowie's passing. I found it hard to listen to it. I don't know if I'm alone in that. I suspect not. Anyway, my memory is it was a great album, but it was just too much at the time. All right, sweet VIPs on the rise. Oh, how about Knob? Oh, yes, two knobs, and we get a. I'm confusing myself now. A bonbon. That's great. Let's see. Quite slow. Though not cricket. Oh, like if you do some kind of trick, maybe. I don't know how that is quite slow though. Or is something thick? If you're thick, you might be slow. Oh, yeah, that's it. That is a very English expression. If you're complaining something isn't fair, you might say that's a bit thick. Love that. All right. Oh dear, this is looking like red deer. All right, I'm past the 30-minute mark, and since it is Paul, and I think my tummy is ready for lunch, I'm going to go ahead and check this one. Oh no, it is right. All right, well, that's good to know. Um, Something beer, rye beer, rye. Maybe there's a rye deer. Oh no, roe deer, of course. Surely that's it. Again, I'm going to check it now. Yeah, oh, is there a Rhodian public school? Oh, and it ends in emergency room, ER. Yeah, I think it must be Rhodian, and the an is short. All right, there's our empire builder. Oh, I do have, with rear at the rear, but it might also be, well, the say could indicate a homophone of rear, but it might also be 25 as a square number with square at the rear, with rear at the square, with square at the square. Yeah, don't. I'm wondering if it's a title rather than a specific empire builder. Don't see it. All right, while I was paused, I looked at 12 across the fool. I tried to work out the anagram on a piece of paper. I got turncoil, like a turncoat, but that's not it. So I had to resort to wordplays.com. And apparently there's a Shakespearean character, I presume a fool, Trinculo. I've never heard of Trinculo in The Tempest. All right, well, I'm glad I used wordplays for that one. Let me just make a note of that for my records. All right, so, case now, fancy dress. What kind of suit would that be? Yeah, and I think suit must be right. Fancy dress, what else could that four-letter word be? All right, I'm going to pause and think about the first letter here. All right, I wasn't getting it, so I had to go back to wordplays.com. The S is wrong, and it is an actual fancy dress thing you might wear, would be a gorilla suit. And of course, a thug could be a gorilla. Pretty women out walking with gorillas down my street. Oh, that gives a very interesting. Nutmeg, of course. So girl is Meg. On the ball, nut? I don't get. Of course, you can nutmeg someone in football, but yeah, I don't quite get that one. I'm not sure what I'm missing, but we'll check at 15 squared. All right, let's try now that I know that's an R. And let's get rid of that E as well. Trouble. Entering bids. Those finally going in. Ooh, mail orders. I don't know. Holy orders. Trouble entering bids. Oh yeah, this must be an S. What am I thinking about? Something riders. No, let's try sent up. Quote on sporting union, leaked. Um, so I think we are reversing everything to get that U for union at the end, at the beginning, because it's going to be at the end. We're going to have a quote. Oh, it might be still the rugby union, and we have a four-letter quote. Oh, site. Yeah, so probably leaked. Probably in a medical sense, uretic. Yeah, I think that like a diuretic makes you leak, I suppose. Uh, oh, those who go in at the end, this is a cricket reference, but luckily I've heard the term. The last batters are called tail enders, if I can type properly. So trouble entering bids. Oh, tenders are bids, and trouble is ale to trouble. Yeah, all right, I see that. All right, still don't know my empire. Let me try and get my capital, which means finally starting to get some in the northwest. All right, voguish cooler hat for a baby. Is it a hat for a baby? What would you call a woolly hat or a... And then what's another term for voguish? Cooler can be the fridge, icebox. Yeah, not seeing that at all. Dead nice. Oh, I think it might be extinct because we do have letters from nice in there. And although, no, I think we're getting the dead, I think is the definition. Nice, oddly, is the NC, and that's poking as something akin to a dead parrot. Like it's an X parrot, but something that's like it would be an X tit. That's very clever. Very Paul. All right, so voguish. Oh, maybe voguish is the definition, and we have something for cooler, and then hat for a baby. Again, I don't know what you would call that. No, so that puka, I did think it would end in an IN sound. Of course, it could be EN, but something like a puka. I think because of the time, I'm just going to put in wolfen and see if that is a word. No. All right, I'm going to reveal it. Oh, a goblin. Oh my goodness. Of course, if you're chowing down, you might be gobbling. Definitely should have got that. Anyway, my Asian capital. Of course, capital can also be currency from Asia, but I still think it's a homophone of someone, but ending in L is not what I expected. Real or something like that. Someone. No, this is our world of possibility. Unknown, in nurse, short of capital. Oh, short of capital might be the definition, as in um, poor, impoverished, stony broke. But not seeing it. And then it's done now. having been worked out. Maybe it's done, and we have to have now, oh, maybe now with been anagrammed. Yeah, let me pause and see if I can make anything out of now been. Well, I was on the wrong lines, but I did see among the letters of now been, we had the word one. And then I thought, oh, we're doing one down. So it's done now, could be just referring to what we are doing, but it's an anagram of done now when it's worked out. Oh, that is brilliant. That one deserves a round of applause, I think. All right, so now our voguish. Oh, it does look like it might be in, but I'm still not getting cooler, hat. No, my world of possibility, unknown, in nurse, short. I just don't know. World of possibility, orb? No. We have an E for our Australians arrested on backing loser. What is an Australian? Sheila, Bruce, could be an Australian animal. We've seen that before. Oh yeah, I said koala earlier. No, I'm not getting this at all. Someone discussed. No, not seeing it. All right, I think I'm going to have to go to wordplays.com. I'll give this another pause or another think to see if I can think of a word for voguish, or maybe oh, actually, I don't need to pause because I'd said infant earlier, and infantile for a baby. I suppose it just doesn't seem right as the definition, but voguish, sure enough, is in. A cooler could be a fan, and in slang, a hat can be called a tile. Oh dear, oh dear. All right, I think I will pause and think about my world of possibility. Are a capital city. Oh my goodness, yeah, went to word plays, and the very first word, oyster, as in the world, your oyster, world of possibility. The unknown is why. In nurse, oh, I think nurse might be foster, but it's short of its first letter. That's very tricky, I feel. But I can sort of see that. We'll check at 15 squared for the exact parsing. All right, so my Asian capital, S and L. Yeah, if it's a currency, but someone discussed. Not seeing that at all. I'm just wondering about 9 across, a loser maybe being a nerd, although I don't think that's right, but we've seen those are terms like dweeb and nerd tossed around very loosely in the Guardian's crossword. That would be dren backwards. Oh, maybe it's an Australian word for arrested. I'm going to put in nerd and let's check that one. No, 0. Oh, a loser is definitely... so I think we have Oz backwards. Oh, and it has arrested or gone around re. Oh, that one is very tricky, isn't it? To give a 0. All right, so Asian capital. I'm not seeing a capital city. All right, I'm going to pause and think about the second letter. Of course, there is an Asian capital city there. How did I not see that? Seoul, and someone could be a soul, S-O-U-L. All right, so now we know it's an empire builder in Korea with rear at the rear. Say, I'm going to have to look up Korean empire builder, I think. Well, I'm not seeing any good Korean one, but so I'm going to go with Inca. Definitely an empire builder. But where Seoul is with something at the something, don't know about this. Anyway, let's check all. Inca was right. All right, everything else is right. Oh, we had a Z, Y, but I don't think we had a Q, did we? Anyway, I want to get a few of these explained to me over at 15 Squared. All right, the blog is by Andrew. Another tricky one from Paul. Had to look up a couple of unfamiliar references. Oh yeah, he struggled with 15 across. Anyway, the first one I have is 1 across. Yeah, it was Foster. I just wanted to check that. Oh, and I didn't know The World's Your Oyster is somewhat from The Merry Wives of Windsor. All right. Of course, not is a ball in that sense. Dear, oh dear. I need to get my mind in the gutter when I do Paul. All right, and then 15, he finally got it. If you put rear on the rear of this, it sounds a bit like in Korea. Oh dear. Dear, oh dear. I'm not going to say anything about that. And then for the downs, oh yeah, Rhodian is a girls' public school. All right. I will try and remember that one. All right, very well crafted puzzle. Pretty much quibble free. Oh, shocked by the lack of cheekiness. Sublime to just delightful to the ridiculous. Terrific crossword, did not finish. Bottom half reasonably straightforward. Great fun, surprisingly straightforward. Well, good for them. All right, well, not a lot more to say about that other than I'm very glad to make it to the end and to the end of the week. Anyway, thanks as always for watching. Have a great day and have a great weekend.